Hi everyone, this is Marissa with Enchanted Ramblings, and this week we're planning with Sailor Moon. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This week we're doing the weekly setup for February 6th through February 12th, 2022. I've already drawn my cards for the week and used my little photo printer to print them out, so I have them to tack into the book. And then I've got my cheat sheet for my Goddess Holy Days this week as well, which I found on the Goddess calendar on Mother House of the Goddess. And this week we're planning with all things Usaki. I'm so excited. I've been waiting happily, like impatiently, for this week to come around. I've got so many wonderful, cute little Sailor Moon type things, and I'm really excited to start using them. So let's start off by doing our divination and weekly holy day pages, and then we can jump into the fun stuff with the Sailor Moon. Not that this isn't fun. This is lots of fun. So this week, I've got my little pens in my case. I'm just going to snag my eraser here. I go through ahead of time and I usually mark out in pencil my entire bullet journal layout so that when I get to this point, I actually have it all organized and I know where everything goes. I know a lot of people don't do it that way, which is fine, but this is the way I like to do it and it makes sense for my brain. So I have this fabulous Sailor Moon washi tape. I honestly can't remember where I got it. I got it years ago. And I can get it to peel up. And I love that it's vertical tape. I need more of these in my collection, I've decided. So I think I'm gonna cut it here under Ray's feet and above Luna's tail, just so I can have clean shots, you know, of the characters. So I'm going to start Luna all the way on the side over here. And just try and line her up with the dot grid a little bit. And then trim right here. And we're going to go the opposite side over here. That works for me. Sometimes it hurts to be fussy, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense. So I also have these two moon phase washi tapes, but I don't think I'm going to use them on here because I do want to leave writing space. But these are from Simply Gilded, so we'll probably use them later on in the spread. I have my cards here. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the top just to give myself a spot to put my header. And press the cards down. So this is one of the Arteza Twi-Marker, whatever you want to, however you want to say it, one of their brush fine point dual tip pens. I love these colors. And then on the other side, I'm going to use these two. So I have a cloudy gray and a ruby red, and they look really nice together also. So I've got my divination spread in here, and then the quick meanings or the quick affirmations from each of those cards so I can reflect on those over the course of the week. And an air bubble right there. And then I've got my little cheat sheet here for my Goddess Holy Days this week, which I'm set right there so that I can see it. Maybe over here. So what I'll do is I leave space open if I have any other reflections throughout the week or anything else jumps out at me, or if I decide to pull another card for clarification, I leave space at the bottom for that. And then this one, I will spend some time this week contemplating each of the goddesses that are on the calendar for the holy days this week. And I might put a prayer or a poem or something here. And I'm thinking I might do something for Selene because it is Sailor Moon week, obviously, and Selene is a goddess of the moon. And I just kind of love the fact that her feast day is on a Monday, which is Moon Day. Now, for a little bit of extra, I also have this piece of vellum that I printed off a picture from the internet and printed it on my printer here at home. I think I'm going to use this as a tip-in like I did last week with the other piece. And I love this because it kind of gives a little bit of separation. So I'm just going to tape this in with some Scotch tape. Magic tape. This one is the matte stuff. I do have glossy for when I use acetate, but I think I want to use this vellum piece right here. So I do find that using smaller pieces of tape works better for my journals, just because I'm not trying to do a whole long piece, and it makes it easier to maneuver the tape when I'm doing it. I do have a video where I kind of explain how I do my tip-ins, and I'll link that in the description box below as well. But it's pretty straightforward. The way I do it is probably not the cleanest or neatest way to do it, but it works for me. And really, that's ultimately what matters, is if it works, then just keep doing it that way. Okay, so next up, we're going to do my weekly layout for this week. I'm not sure if I want to put a bow tab on it or not, but I have some options here if I decide I want to. I have this really cute vinyl from Honey Bee Shop. I have these really pretty meal planning stickers from Magnolia Boulevard. I've got gorgeous little characters from Jalen Paper Co. And then I have this image that I printed off of the internet and just cut down kind of to size where I want it. I'm thinking I'm going to use them on the sides of the page here. So Usagi's gonna get cut off a little bit. It also means I'm going to have to adjust the sizing of my boxes to make it fit with these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these girls out kind of a little closer to the edges on the sides that'll be on the page, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I've got them cut out. I didn't quite fussy cut all the way around the edges, just I don't have the patience for fussy cutting most days, so I figured that this was a good start. And I did separate them. They were like this originally, but I think because of the way that they're facing, I want to put them like this on the page. So I'm going to just kind of figure out where exactly I want them to go. And then I'm going to use my paper trimmer, slice them down to size a little bit, and then we'll kind of piece them in where they belong. Now, normally I don't use glue in my bullet journals. I would prefer to use glue tape. But because of all of the little details and the skinny legs and things like that, I'm going to use an actual glue stick for these ones because they're going to stay down way nicer. Okay, so now we're just going to draw out my grids. And typically I use a 12 by 16, but judging by the size of her hand, I'm going to have to adjust a few things. And I might even go with a vertical layout this time, just because it might fit better with my decorative pieces. So for this week, I'm going to use this blue meal planner sticker because it matches her uniform. And I'm going to slide that. I think I'm going to put it over here next to her boot because I can't really use this space for the most part anyway. It'll make sense to just have it there and be handy. I'm just going to tuck it underneath the tip of her shoe just a little bit, which means I will have to re-glue that down. Maybe not. There's enough glue there. Okay. I found my artist lofts, but I decided I really like the Arteza pens too. So I'm going to draw the grids out with the Arteza pens this week, and we'll see what we end up with. Okay, then we're going to use these two pens just to kind of get my headers in now that I've got my weekly boxes written in. And I think I'm just going to alternate headers across the top here. Now I'm going to write in my days of the week, my task list, that kind of thing. And I'm always going to start with Sunday. Okay, now that we've got the layout all put together, now it's time to actually do the planning. I'm going to just use my dot pens like I normally do. I've got the red and the blue ones here today, just to kind of contrast with our pretty spread here. And I know I have 2 calls on Sunday, and I have 2 calls on Saturday. And then I've also got my sister's birthday, my friend's birthday, and then I have meetings both of these days. And a luncheon on this day. Okay. And then I also have a couple things to do on Sunday that require my attention. I have Wednesday is a relatively light day for me. I know Thursday I've got some videos to film. And then Friday we've got a couple, and then Saturday I've got 3 things there. And then I'm just going to give myself some little dots over here for my weekly task list. And a lot of these things will end up being self-resolving as the week goes on, but that way I just have kind of a structure in place. So, okay, so Sunday I have priestess class, and then I have another one at the afternoon, and then I also have prepping for the movers on that Sunday. My grandmother's stuff is in the garage, and she's got a moving company coming to pick it up on Monday. So that's thinking another blue dot. We're gonna put this one over here. I have a clip. There it is. I was gonna say, usually I have a clip over here to kind of help weight down my corners a little bit so that it doesn't move so much. Okay, so I kind of got the basics of it filled in. I know that I'm going to have to work on getting the living room cleared once the stuff leaves the garage, where I can actually put the boxes of like Christmas decor and stuff like that that are just in my living room. I can put them outside, or well, not outside, but in the garage. And I also have my little tracking stickers here. So I know I'm working from home on Wednesday. I'm going to use one of these little Batgirls at her laptop from Sweet Ava's paper. And there's a coffee chat on Friday. I'm going to use some of these. Actually, I'm going to put this on Saturday because Saturday is the first Q&A session for this round of Publish and Thrive, and I'm excited about that one. I'm working on my book, and it's going to be very helpful for me to take this Publish and Thrive course and use the information there to help get my book finished writing and then put it together and sell it, which I'm excited about that. And then Thursday night, I have time blocked out to get caught up on my priestess homework for my Hecate class on Saturday. So that is this week. And as it goes on through the week, things get filled in like exponentially. Okay, so next up we have my social media editorial schedule. And this one is usually fairly minimal. I think what I'm going to do is I kind of want to use these two together. Maybe not the red one. Just the white moons. And then this one is a pink floral pattern. Both from Simply Gilded, and they're both beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the washi tape across the top of the page, draw in all my squares, and then figure out where I want to accent with pink. All right, so I've got my squares all out. I've got my washi tape down. And again, I'm not super interested in making this one fancy or pretty for the most part. It's just functional spreads for me. So I'm going to use my dot pens and put my to-do lists on the calendar, basically. Right, so that's my social media spread, my editorial calendar. I use a different color dot for each item that I post for different social media, either different platforms or like my blog, my emails, and then Facebook groups. I have my note section for my YouTube videos, and I like to try and get 2 of them done every week so that I have some kind of backlog of content if I need it. And then I have room for tasks on the outside. And that's pretty much it for my functional planning. Like, this is very basic, but it works really well for the way my brain works. And it gives me an at a glance schedule, and it gives me a little bit of a spot where I can just start dumping tasks and things like that that need to be accomplished over the course of this week. The last one that we're going to do today is the weekly review pages. And I like to set these up in advance so that I have them all kind of prepped and ready to go. I think this is where I'm going to use black moons, maybe red bows, maybe both. Let's do both. Let's do crescent moons down the side. I think that would look really good. Maybe I want the thinner bows. Because see, I have these bows too. Let's use the thinner bows, I think. Okay, and I'm going to use my ultra fine tip pens from Erin Condren because I really love these colors. These are the 3 that I'll use to date my dailies in between the weeks. So I think I'll be perfect. These will be perfect for this. So I have my weekly review prompts here: get clear, get current, get creative. And these are the 3 steps of the weekly review from David Allen's Getting Things Done method. And then I leave an open space for writing in notes, things like I need to transfer over, and then any notes throughout the week. I am going to add this sticker though, because it's just too pretty not to use. And it doesn't really match my color theme, but I don't really care because it's Sailor Moon and it needs to go on this page. And it says "Fight Like a Girl," and this is from the Honeybee Shop. So we've got our weekly divination, fun little tip in, our holy days for this week, my weekly calendar spread, social media and editorial calendar. And then these are all my dailies. So you can see kind of how I plan my dailies out is just broken down into 4 sections. Like home tasks, self-care things, real estate, and then my personal brand and getting all of those things done. And then we have our weekly review and notes pages. So that is it for this week's plan. I'm going to sit down and fill in some of the to-do items and kind of start getting things organized for the rest of the week coming. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like it, give it a subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications, and we will be back next week when we are planning for the following week. And I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful week ahead of you. Bye.